What is the unsaid reality with using AI?
People these days like deliver faster without understanding. Show me your code and just explain like how you did and everything. He didn't even know the basics of programming itself.
Despite all this chaos, how do you ground yourself?
Outcome matters most. AI agents build AI agents. What is gonna happen to mankind is a question mark. Boring things
Okay.
on a regular basis. That's how like business is.
Timeline commitment, if we cannot complete it, communicating upfront is very critical.
6 months experienced guy, okay, he can do wonders. It's all like vanished. So what will people do?
If someone has to start a software company, pure software company, what should they do?
They should first focus on finance, sales and marketing
Okay.
before coding.
Everyone can become a content creator. Content is so cheap. What becomes unique?
One is consistency, deeper knowledge in something.
Every founder has a starting point. For Ragul KTS, it was not a big office or a big team. It was one laptop, one skill, and one dream from Chennai. Today, that dream is HighOnSwift, a growing AI and software company. From freelancer to founder, let's welcome Ragul KTS.
Very glad to have you here, Rahul. Welcome to Zero Maintenance Teams podcast.
Thank you so much, RK, and it's glad that like I'm being part of your podcast series. Like I know like great persons like Rajendran Dandapani and other people are here. Like so, yeah, it's a pleasure to be here, and thanks for inviting me. And like people, like this is my first time doing such podcast things, and like it's I think like it's good to start with a known friend like you. Yes.
Okay, welcome. So I would like to start with your journey. I know some background about it. You started out as a non-IT guy. I think you are a mechanical guy, right?
Yeah.
And from there, you became a software engineer.
Yes.
Can you walk me through that journey?
Okay. So I've shared this with multiple platforms, and but yeah, happy to share this again with you people. Like I did my higher schoolings in Max and Bio. I haven't had an experience into like CSIT, and in my college, like I took mechanical as my major. So I was completely new to IT background, and even during our first year we had like C programming thing, and where like I only knew what like the turbo C++ thing, like only that. And during my interview with Zoho, like Zoho is the only company they were okay to take people with arrears. And even if I go and tell them like I don't know any of the codings, they were okay to accept that and see like what I really hold on, like that they can utilize. And that's how it happened. And uh, brief about my like getting into Zoho is they had like 3 rounds of interview. First round is like 10 aptitude and 20 programming question, which is a written test. uh, I tried attending all the 30 questions, and they called me for the second round. At that stage, I thought like, okay, I've done better even in the coding round, and I went ahead preparing like it's my one good chance. Like I went through the entire. I think let me know. See, like there is one book like I borrowed it from one of my CS friend, and I went through that one book like the whole night. Next day, it's like programming round, 5 programs, 5 hours. I went there. I've never seen a Ubuntu system until then.
Okay.
They gave me an Ubuntu system for my second round of interview. I didn't even know like how to run a program. Here you see like Turbo C plus open run. That's it. And no, like in Ubuntu you don't even have an autofill. Like everything you have to type in Notepad and then you have to run it. So which was I was literally shocked, but still I gave a try. Uh, then after some time, the interviewer came and asked, like, do you know programming? I said, no, I don't know. A certain thing that struck me, like, the next question he asked is, like, if you don't know the program, why are you sitting here? That's the next question he asked me. Like, I just like looked around and I said, like, it's okay, I'll try. I'm not, I don't even remember like why I told that answer, but that one answer changed my life altogether.
Oh, okay. You did not simply say, yeah,
It's okay, like, I leave. But I just told, like, I don't know, but I will try. It has reflected in multiple phases of my life after that, but then they came up with the first round answer sheets. In that, they clearly know that I don't know programming. I got like 10 out of 10 in apti, 0 out of 20 in the programming questions. Then they gave me like multiple puzzles and they asked me how you solved all this 10 apti questions, and they gave me a Sudoku on the spot. Like, from my childhood, like, I'm good at math. Like, maybe like I'm fond of numbers and math. So that drew me into Zoho. So that's how I got into Zoho, and I got an opportunity to work there as an iOS developer with them. Yeah. So the manager who hired me is like Swaminathan from the team of WebNMS. Like, and our super boss is Prabhu, Facilio, like CEO of Facilio.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, it's all like good old memories. And
Which year was it you joined?
I had an opportunity to work with them for 40 days internship. Like, I got a full-time opportunity, but they said, like, since you're from mechanical, just whenever you're free, just come try having a small internship. Even though during that 40 days of internship, it was filled with Chennai floods, and I took my like rooms and everything closer to Guduvanjeri. During that time, the WebNMS is the only team that was there at Porur, DLF IT Park. So it's in the year December 2015. So I had like good memories of Chennai floods during that time. Then I came back. Then when I came back, like, the entire WebNMS team was dissolved. And they were put into multiple other projects, and I got an opportunity to work with Zoho Books.
Okay.
So May 18, 2016 is my official joining date in Zoho.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I still remember that day. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I also want the audience to know the story of your first few months at Zoho. I remember you told me about a story where you did a project by yourself and then it got recognized.
Okay, okay. Those are all in the later stages, but beginning, I'm not sure. Like, I've shared this anywhere, but initially, like, my probation got delayed. Like,
Delayed.
I didn't clear my probation on date. The first 6 months of my journey with Zoho is like something I would never forget in my life. Like, where they don't just see your output. And for your information, my probation got delayed. Uh, Initial 6 months, it's more like when your first PR gets merged, it's like your probation is literally confirmed. So I was working on a product called Free Invoice Generator. It is still there. You can check it out in your iOS mobile app. So initially the code was in Objective C. I was the one who rewrote the entire free tool into Swift. All my hard work of 6 months completing the app, when I showcased to them, they said, like, rewrite the entire app completely.
Okay.
It's all shit. Like, even though the app is working, the coding standards were not met. And during those days, like, I actually, when I started coding, like, I used to type with single hand, and I don't even know the difference between if and for loops by then. So all these layman questions I used to ask, but still those questions were dealt properly. That's the gift I had during my initial days of my journey. They didn't mock at me. They didn't என்னடா இது கூட தெரியல, like they didn't even like say such words. They, at the same time, they'll not come sit, hold my hands and teach me as well. They'll say like, just learn these things, these are all the reference articles, and do, if you still have some doubts, come back to me. That's the right mentorship I had during my initial days. And yeah, glad that that took me till the stage, and it went beautifully from there. Yes.
And you said there was another thing. You went and showcased something.
Yes. So now the thing is like, this happened like once my probation got confirmed, I was like more enthusiastic. Like I started exploring other things and stuff. And in Zogo, like we used to have like that was the first time Zoho initiated a Zoho wide hackathon. Specifically, when there was a like every time when there was a new WWDC coming up, you will have like new Apple frameworks releasing by June. Like this year also it happened, and it comes to production only on September. So those 3 months we'll be exploring like what all Apple has newly released. We'll explore those things and try to implement that within that 3 months period, and we'll make it live along with the iOS live updates. So that gives you an extra opportunity to get featured in the App Store as well. So as part of this, like they conducted a hackathon. It's 2017, like when the new Apple ML frameworks were released. They conducted a hackathon, and as part of that hackathon, like I was able to showcase one of my small application that I did in the hackathon, and that got recognized as well, and that gave me a boost, another boost. Feedback gatherer, like sentiment analysis, like which is like pretty common by now, and even those times, like any Python programmer would easily know like what is a sentiment analysis. I tried to implement the same in my application as well. uh, but yeah, like instead of going ahead with those things, like I would have simply had a star ratings, which made more sense like for collecting all these things. Yeah, but still, like I got like little motivated after that. That changed my path then altogether, and all my like new joinees and juniors, they started asking more questions towards me, and like from then, like life took a new turn as well. Yeah.
I mean, Rahul's journey is very unique, coming from a non-IT background, having challenges with his first PR at Zoho, and then to starting a company is massive. Uh, I want to get into how did you start your company?
Okay. um, See, I didn't wish like I have to become a great entrepreneur. Like those, obviously, like if I had all the knowledge like that I'm having now, definitely I would have started much earlier. But by then, like I didn't even expect that I would be starting a company. It's all because of my clients. They gave me bigger problems to solve, and that made me to start the company. That's the simple answer. But um, everything fell in place. Like they also gave me a bigger problem to solve. At the same time, few of my college juniors, they just called me. They didn't even know that I was doing freelancing. They just called me and asked like, "Can I get a job in Zogo? Like, can you refer me in Zogo?" And here, like client is also asking something big where I also need a team to solve it, and this one also fell into place, and that's how like my startup journey started without knowing anything about business.
The college graduate who said in the interview, I would like to give a try, right? That attitude, right? Is that the one that is driving you till now? I'll give it a try.
Yep. Obviously, that's always there. Okay. So even my friends used to say like, you're always a positive person. Like uh, that has helped me in many of the cases, but that has also like backfired me as well. Like there are certain places like where I should have told no. So, which I said, like, it's okay, let me give it a try. And I went, and without knowing my own strengths and weakness, like saying yes to most of the things also backfired me as well. So, but yeah, it's all like everyone learns and grows, right? Like, so uh, that's the thing. But few places where I said yes, one is entrepreneurship, another is like getting my job at Zoho. Say these are all some of the few good things. Yeah, I'll always cherish. Yeah,
See, when you started out in 2020, I believe, right?
2021.
21.
Yeah.
There was COVID.
Yes,
There's COVID, and it should have been very, very hard to manage all those uncertainties,
it's true.
right? Now AI is there. There is so much of chaos. Everyone says this business is gone, that is gone. So much of negativities are there. Despite all this chaos, how do you ground yourself uh, when you joined your first job? You did not know programming, and you on the job learned it,
Yeah.
right? You would have been under severe stress.
Mm.
You don't know anything. You have never known programming. You got a job. Now you have to keep up your job, right? Now the college students who come out of uh, graduation, they have a lot of uncertainties about AI. What would you tell them?
For the college students, I would just say, like, think in a way where outcome matters most.
Outcome matters.
Matters most.
Okay.
Okay. I feel like moving forward, it's not that like I know certain things, I know these things. It's all like if you're doing something, what is the outcome?
Okay. I want to pass you here. So there is output, right?
Yeah.
Output. We always work for output. You do something, something gets out. What is the difference between output and outcome?
No. Output is like 1 + 1 is 2.
Okay.
Okay. That 2 is the output.
Okay.
Okay. But where and all you can apply that 1 + 1. Similarly, like where and all it could be applied, and what is the outcome in the sense like this can be used when someone is giving 1 rupee to you, another person is giving another 1 rupee to you, so totally you have 2 rupees. This just 1 + 1 is 2, that is the output. And relating to something and coming up, like this can be utilized in so much places, and for that, like this would be the, I'm trying to put it in that place. You should not only be thinking as a output is majorly for the developers, but outcome is like more of, you should also have that business thinking.
Okay. How my work is connected to the business?
Yeah.
Okay.
How my work is connected to the business outcomes. If not in a larger picture, at least you should know like this is how it's gonna work. That matters most during this era.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why was it ignored probably 2 to 3 years earlier?
Because 2 to 3 years earlier, like coding itself is a big thing. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if I have to uh, develop a app by then, okay, I would have a fantastic idea. Okay, I'll not be able to do it myself. Like I have to hire a developer, and his work is just to like replicate my thought process. Okay, I'll give him everything. This is how it has to work. This is what like I need. Okay, uh, that era has gone now. Okay, now if I'm thinking of something, like I would have already done my POC myself. Like I would have used most of the AI tools, and I would have done that. Now people are expecting who can bring that business outcomes when I throw something to them, and figure out a way to align with me and add value to my thoughts, not just say what
Simply
I'm
do.
doing. Yeah.
You should not be a task doer.
Yes. Yes.
So without AI, task doers had a job.
Yes.
With
That's
AI,
true.
task doers are not valuable as much they were.
Yes.
So anyone who understands the larger outcome of the business is valuable because of AI.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay. So if you are a college student, so as Rahul mentioned, if you are a college student coming, learn how to align with the business outcome. Try to understand the why of the work that you do. Output is no longer valuable as it was earlier. Outcome is what matters now. Thank you, Rahul, for that uh, piece of wisdom. And next, I would like to understand about your hiring. How do you hire people?
So as of now, like we have Naukri, like we have a HR team. So most of my hirings happened through referrals, but right now we have moved from referrals to a structured hiring process. So obviously, like we scout people like in the scouting platforms like Naukri, LinkedIn, and other platforms, and also through the referrals. And we have our own like the first round of interviews, like which we have curated. Uh, if it's for freshers, it's a combination of like analytical skills and small programming, and then like we'll have like our technical round of discussion and other things. And if it's for experienced people, like we have we for them also we do have like basic, I'll not say like it's kind of a psychometric test, or like it's more like understanding their profile, like what they have done in their previous jobs. It will be more of that, and then a small uh, a program outcome basis, like what uh, like a real time thing, like we'll give them a real time thing and how they are performing during that time. It's not to test their like technical knowledge, it's how they are handling that situation. So it's more on that, like, so that's it. Like it's pretty simple, like similar to all the other hiring process itself.
Okay.
But one good thing is like we have figured it out. Okay, this is how we have to gonna hire, and like we are sticking to it. So the questions that we curated and we are like we ask is like something might be unique. uh,
Might be. Okay. 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 And over the years, the last 5 years, 5, 6 years, as you scaled your team, how the delivery quality, how are you managing it as the number of people keeps increasing?
so without knowing much of business, as I told you, I also used to code with the people sitting there. I love coding, by the way. It's not like founder should not code. Like I'm not into that zone, but still, I was one among the employees. I used to code like full time, and that's how my journey started. That later I realized I should not be doing this, or I should have someone else taking care of the business part. Then I have to do this, like which I understood in the later stages. But when I was doing such things, I always had this thought, like if I had a junior who's doing certain task, mostly like I'll have a feeling of like instead of delegating this to him, I myself will do it. That's the kind of thought process I had initially. Then slowly, like when I was trying to get out of like these things, and slowly I started delegating, and I found my second line of people who was really reflecting my thought process, and they were able to get things done. They themselves code, at the same time they also will be getting things done from the people. So when I had that confident, then I started focusing on business more. And even till date, like I still code, like most of the POCs that I have to showcase to my clients, like I still do those POCs, research works and things. And in terms of scaling and product delivery, I still have that feeling, like if I do, like that product will be like 100% quality. When anyone newly joins our team, still we are figuring out how we can bring him to a certain path where he's also improving his own, the entire aspects of both whatever it is, like not just developing his coding skills, understanding business logics, and everything. We are still figuring things out, like to make him align with our thought process, take him to that like 100% delivery things. But yeah, I'm really proud of our team, like the way that they are working, and we have missed many of the deadlines. Okay, I'm okay to admit that here. Like I have no issues, but we are working towards a journey where like those things would be minimized, and bringing that to zero like is our future target, and we are still figuring things out.
Brave of you to share it. That builds trust. That is a reality for any work that you do.
That's true.
Yeah. The initial years of AI, 2022-23, people expected it will change the. It is about writing simple essays and stuff, and then it became. People realized it can generate token. It can generate code, and then it generated images, videos, and whatnot. Do you have a hypothesis as to where this is all leading to? One, and how this has an impact on uh, the way people do work.
Definitely, like, so if you think it in a larger scale, like I still do believe like uh, this still a like kind of thread through human beings itself, like the mankind living itself. Like uh, I've recently read a blog post of Anthropic. Like they have clearly put like how things are being made. Like initially, like man used to write code to do some task, and then like AI agents came in. AI agents automated certain task, and now like man is just a small layer. Like AI agents build AI agents to build massive combined workflow, end-to-end automated things. Like, and in the future, if you see like if an AI agent can train another AI agent in this way, like for sure, like when robotics and other things evolve, that will become a massive, or that that zone will definitely get into the next stage, and that's where like the uncertainty lies as well. So I still believe like when that thing comes, what is going to happen to mankind is a question mark.
Okay.
And also like this SpaceX IPO, right? Like maybe we might be all the humans might be
Go.
going to another
Flo-
space, like we'll figure out some other space to live. Like anything can happen. Like
What should a company, probably an IT outsourcing company, should do as one single change to improve the way they uh, deliver outcome for their customer?
see, first thing is clear communication. Whenever anything happens, if you are able to communicate it with your customer on time and properly, 99% of your issues are solved.
Okay.
Even though if you are not meeting your deadline, if you are able to communicate with the customer, because no company would sit idle without doing any work, and no one is gonna see if someone is really like cheating you, like in the sense like he's not at all doing work but he's pretending to do some work and he's billing, then it's actually a problem. But here, like I don't think like 99% of the company does that. Like they'll be doing some of the other work, even though if the output is not there. Like see, I've done so much things. These are all the reasons like why the output is not there, and 99% of the clients are really understandable if you are able to communicate this properly. Since the output is not there, like I still believe like most people have this fear of saying negative things to the client. Even in my initial days, like I was like that. If the output is not there, like I'll still sit like somehow I have to show some good things only to the clients. I was like that, and then I realized anyway, like I'm doing work. This is the current status. It will take like 2 hours for me to complete. I can also work in peace, and they will also have an update. Okay, he has done so much things, and they will also give their inputs. Maybe you try this, like you can try this, and they'll join hands with us to get the outcome. Okay, which will also open like new perspective for us to solve that problem. Definitely, like whichever company that is starting, if they are planning to improve their delivery, like first thing is like they have to fix their
Communicate.
communication. Even though it's a bad news, tell them upfront.
Tell them upfront.
Yeah.
See, you would have seen this. had this observation, right? When you work with a Western clients, they tend to openly say yes, no, very directly,
Yep.
right? uh, why is it hard for our engineers or our professionals? This is a pattern that I've seen across all companies. I have done it. I still do it. Okay. Why is it hard for us to say no?
I'm not sure. Like that's the culture we bought. Like we are all like bought in. I believe.
Rejecting, saying no is a bad word, is it?
No, like I believe like we have not seen much of that from our parents. Like, but I've seen some of my friends who are like from their dads might be there in defense. Okay, they would easily say no to things. Okay, like wherein like I was not able to say because like the movies that I saw, like the people that I'm around in, are all such people. Like where like I've never seen like someone saying like
No.
abruptly saying no.
Yeah.
Okay, when I see people saying no, I started getting inspired from them. Like I started moving towards them. Like how can he do this and be like a real guy? Like just a small thing. So that's how like I got more into defense. Like I was actually trying to get into defense. Like I was in NCC. Every officer I see, right? They the way that they like communicate with the cadets and everything was really like it started a small thing for me. Like if you are whatever you're doing right, you have that guts to say this. The surroundings, majorly, I feel like the surroundings that we are brought up in is
Makes
not
us
used to that. Is not used to that.
not used to saying
Yeah,
no.
but when we enter into corporate world, like even there, like you're not directly put in touch with all your so like the US clients or like the bigger bosses, like where they easily say no. Okay, you'll initially be working with a bunch of people, like maybe 1 year senior to you or two
The
years
same
senior to
circle.
you in the same circle, and whatever they work they say, like you'll never say no, like at least for the sake of like, okay, if I say no, like what will the other person think? You'll definitely put extra efforts and by doing all those things.
CEO of your company, from time to time, the challenges that you face as a CEO or any CEO that they face, it is hard to be understood by an engineer. For example, when you worked at Zoho, you wouldn't know what your CEO, Sridhar Vembu, would have gone through, your manager would have gone through, right? All of you are fighting I mean, all of them are shielding the company from in a lot of ways that we will never ever know. So, what should an employee who is joining a company should be aware of it when they join a company around this?
See, this thing, I've seen a massive difference in my team itself. Okay. So when I started sharing, like, what are all the things that I'm doing with my entire team, okay, uh, that itself actually helps them to work more towards the vision that we are having.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, Many of the startups, right? Like, founder would be working on certain things. Okay. Like, similarly, it's if it's a bad news, also like I share with my team, the entire team. Like I started posting small wins. Like we have a group called announcements. Like I started posting all those small wins in the groups. After starting this thing, I could see like massive, uh, at least improvements in my own team, where like initially they just come, they just do their work and go. Now they're more involved. Okay, this is what is happening inside the company, this is what it is going towards. So that's something I would definitely recommend most of the founders or early stage startup people to talk about, like what is going through, what you're going through to your own people. That would definitely help them to at least align with what we are working, or like they might come with their own perspectives. They would give their own ideas, and this will definitely help them to stay motivated.
What is something that you discovered? Uh, as a founder, see, every 5 years, a new generation enters. I will have a version of workplace from my experience.
True.
You will have your own version of it. Now, when you started managing people, the new generation who enters the workforce, they would have different value system than you. When did you spot it? What is your how do you think a leader should align with the current generation of workforce?
See, one small thing that I'm noticing, I'm not sure I'm right or wrong, but that I'm noticing is like all these people are expecting immediate gratification. They want a promotion within 3 days. They want a promotion within like 1 week or like within 1 month. They want to achieve that result like as quick as possible. So they also have that clarity with them.
Okay.
Okay, it's not simply they'll just come and tell like in 3 months they need to be and in the next stage. We are okay with doing same boring stuff again and again. And also like I strongly believe like business is all about that. Doing doing boring things
Okay.
on a regular basis. That's how like business is being developed. But for the upcoming generation, that is not the thing. So they want something more interesting. They are okay to say like the truth to your face.
Okay.
Okay, that's one good thing. So recently, even a leave policy, right? Like we used to say like I'm sick or like whatever it is. Like a recent leave thing. Okay, I'm going to attend a like fashion parade. Yeah, like and they took a leave for that reason, and this is all something that I could see like
A good change.
yeah, good change.
Hmm. They're being open about.
Yeah, being open about what they feel and like also those aspiration will lead them to higher levels like the immediate gratification thing, right? Like which I see that trend will definitely lead them to a higher the hunger, like they'll have that hunger to okay, this is not my cup of tea, like they'll immediately change and like they'll have the like this is where like I have to be, I'll be in this.
Hmm. Hmm. They have clarity.
uh,
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. In your founder journey, what is one decision that you wish uh, the teams owns it automatically, that you consistently keep working, that this is a decision that the team should own always?
See, ownership, I feel like it's not something that can be forced on someone. One decision, like major thing is like don't bring anything to me. So if we sign off any projects, like try to manage it like within yourself. Like
Okay.
that's the only thing I wish that happens, and most of the time that is happening in the recent past. But there are exceptions where I still go and fix certain things. But one decision I would say is like estimated properly.
Estimated problem. Yeah.
Properly, yeah. So or capability. I'll not put this as a decision. I'll say a capability.
The ability to estimate clearly.
Yes, yes. Ability to estimate clearly and stick to your estimations. So,
What happens if, see, as an engineer,
okay,
I
okay.
have faced this problem. Okay. I used to give an estimate. Always it has been wrong.
That's
Okay.
true. Yeah, even like I've faced it.
How should I, when I was an engineer, I used to think, okay, if I give an estimate, I have to stick to it, and then I burn myself out. Now, if an engineer is doing this, what do you expect them to do? They have given an estimate. They know it is not possible.
That's what like communicate it
Communicate it upfront.
upfront, and try to get a revised approval for the revised estimate. You know, at certain point in time, this estimate is totally wrong, and it's not because of that you're not working.
Mm.
It is because of that there are certain unknown factors before starting your work, and you have figured it out at the later stage of
Mm, mm, mm.
after starting it, like you have figured it out. The complexity of the thing, like you might have estimated it as a simple one, but after starting your work, like the complexity, the actual complexity itself, like you're only understanding by then.
Okay, now I want to ask the question. I want to take you back to your Zoho days.
Yeah.
When you are young, you are new to the project, new to tech, when you gave an estimate and when you discovered that, oh, there are many other factors here, were you able to communicate it very openly?
See, there it's a product based company.
Mm.
Okay. You don't have the pressure of deadlines.
Okay.
Obviously, it is there, okay, but not as severe as like impacting your like only if this is delivered, like company will be getting so and so revenue. That is
Mm.
that pressure is not there. That in a good way, like that will also lead to your own creativity into the product. Okay,
Mm.
like
Mm.
when that pressure is not there, you'll not just work for completing the work. You'll work for how can I do this feature like that so that like everyone appreciates me.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Okay, so that motto will come in place.
Okay. In a service company, you have a deadline.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and one more thing is client has also planned certain things based on your commitment in
Mm.
service
Mm.
based company.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Everything comes into that one.
So, for an engineer working in an outsourcing company, timeline commitment, and if not, if we cannot complete it, communicating upfront is very critical. You see, which is one of the reasons why in service companies it is hard to.
See, like there is another thing to it. Okay, so if we are doing certain work for the first time, or like if we are the pioneers, like first into the space, right?
Mm.
Like this tend to happen. Like I've seen the pattern, wherein like our people are giving like accurate estimations, like for the work they have already done.
Mm. Mm.
Okay, so they know the complexity. Like if at all, like if it's a app development or anything that is coming into it, like they give like clear cut estimation and they stick to it. Uh, when we started like this voice AI into place, like that is something even the market didn't have like much pioneers into it. Like we started it back in like 2024. Okay, like I was there in Dubai. Like I had an opportunity to showcase our work to there in to one of our client, and he was really excited, and that motivated us. And like in that, okay, we are getting new projects. So that also like we used to make like lot of mistakes. Like we already have this, just tweaking the data to him and like giving him the output. Like it will just take like 1 month or 2 months, and we commit based on what we have. Okay, as a POC. Okay. With the AI era, doing POCs are very simple, but converting that into the actual product is the key challenge. That we understood, like after hitting hit by multiple things, we understood it, and slowly we are getting rid of it.
Now, let's say if someone, a college student, is watching this, uh, what is one reason that they should join High and Swift?
I would say like here, HighOnSwift is a platform where you can come try as many things as possible, and no one will judge you or question you for making mistakes.
Okay.
It's the place where you can make mistakes and learn. And definitely we have a good bunch of people who can be good mentors for you,
Mm-hmm.
like not just in terms of your coding skills or like becoming a good developer, like the entire aspects of things.
See, there is a thing called accountability. Accountability, right? Accountability is very critical for
Yes.
all of us. Now you said mistakes or failures is accepted here. Fear is something that should not exist in workplace according to psychological safety. Okay, but accountability fear and execution fear are two different areas. So I want to understand, when you give space for people to make mistakes, do they misuse it?
No, I've never seen that. Like,
Never seen that.
so when I tell them it's okay, go try, even if it's getting messed up, it's okay. Uh, for this, like a good example is like recently, like we had a small migration, like database migrations, like that too in prod DB. One of our engineer, like he did the migration twice. Like he ran the script twice. That's it. So because of that, there were some duplicate datas that were coming into prod, and it's a huge thing that was happening. But since we had that, no fear thing. Okay, he was saying like he didn't even know why that duplication was happening, but he was okay to tell what he did, like what actually happened, and communicate that frankly with us.
Hmm.
So we were able to immediately rectify it and take it forward.
Okay. That fear
Okay.
of
uh,
the lack of fear helps you communicate better.
Communicate better, so we are all, we can act immediately and solve the issues as fast as
Possible.
possible.
Okay. What is one critical? See, everyone says AI speeds things up, right? Everyone says AI
Yeah,
speed
that's
things up.
true.
Iteration is faster. You are delivering products for our customers.
Yes.
What is the unsaid reality with using AI? A tough reality.
People these days like deliver faster without understanding the intricacies of that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, uh, recently one of our intern came in.
Mm.
Okay, so I gave him like I thought he knew all the basics of programming and everything, and we actually asked him to work on a SDV project that we are working on. We gave him a two use case, and he solved it. Like the first use case, he solved it. Literally, he solved it, and it is everything is working fine. But when I went and asked him, like, how did you do this? Like, show me your code and just explain like how you did and everything. I came to know he didn't even know the basics of programming itself. He's from a civil engineering background. He didn't even know this, but he was able to deliver things. Previously, we can easily judge from the output.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if he's actually doing it or not, like we'll be able to judge. But right now, it's all more on the way they communicate uh, with the models.
Models.
Yeah, like obviously, like the prompting skills and stuff come into play. But as a developer, if you see, I would also say like this is a boom as well as something that we have to focus.
How? Let's say some young engineer and intern is watching this. What will you tell them to avoid this trap?
Okay, I would first say like learn the basics, like understand how everything works. Like the frameworks and the additional things can be easily bought up by the AI, but understand like how data is being stored, like how uh, the execution actually happens.
Hmm.
Those basics is mandatory. You need not be mastering any of the latest frameworks that are there. Like those are all the things that AI can help you out. But see, because of this, like what happens is like if I tell him to change a small thing, right, he'll again go do everything with the prompting, and he'll always be dependent on those things for even for simple things.
Hmm.
Wherein if he understood the basics, just this, like I'll go like a small text change, he'll go, he knows like where to change the text and he'll be changing it. So that, if that is fine, like that basics is fine for now. Every rest of the things can be taken care by the AI.
Go deep.
Understand the basics well. All the complex things can be sorted out easily. Yeah.
Okay. Focus on the fundamentals. Go
Yep.
deep.
Yep.
Okay. And you also told earlier, focus on the outcome.
Yes.
For
Yes.
delivering, focus on the outcome. For doing, focus on the depth.
Fun.
Few years ago, when we were all pre-AI, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
pre-AI, if you have a question, you will have to ask your senior, your colleague, someone.
Stack Overflow.
Stack Overflow. Okay, right. Now with AI, every question goes into ChatGPT
Yeah.
or Cloud. As a CEO and as a AI enthusiast, what is the unexpected problem that this brings in? From an obvious point of view, obviously, it seems like people are getting help.
Yeah,
You don't have
that's
to
true.
ask. Asking people is very, very hard. There is a friction involved. What will he think? She think? That fear is there. Now there is no fear. You can simply ask ChatGPT. But is there any unintended consequence?
There are, but see, I would say like these are all diving towards clearer things. Okay, so previously, even for simple things, like I used to go and ask my senior. Okay, just because me asking him, there is a bond that is getting created between like me and him. Okay, those interactions might not be there, and now all those simple things are being like clearly answered by the AI itself, and like even the complex things. So when you go and have a conversation with another person, the conversation itself shifts. Okay, so you cannot tell that he is actually 1 year senior to me. He knows everything. Like so, like that mentality is getting broken down here. Okay, so even a 6 month experienced guy, okay, he can do wonders. Okay, and that hierarchy is literally
Broke.
like it's not it won't exist at all.
All of us have access to the same model.
Yes, all of us have access to same models, and like whatever you know, like I also know that. So when I have to really gel with you, okay, I'll not be seeing you as like, okay,
This game was a lot of things.
it's nothing like that. Like it's all that, okay, something on the other part. Like when I give my feedback, you'll also be able to give your feedback. Like those kind of conversations only will be
Okay,
developed.
then I want to have a different question. See, few years ago, if you have a deep technical understanding of a framework, a library, you will be promoted,
That's true.
right? You will become an architect, you will become a senior engineer. The depth gave you the independence to, not the leverage to get promoted. I'm not saying that is the only thing, that was the only thing, but it was a primary deciding factor that gave you the speed to deliver things faster because you have spent enough time there. Now, as you said, with AI, anyone can get the depth very quickly. So, what is a key uh, edge for someone to uh, do a great work and get noticed?
See, I would still say like have the holistic understand of what you're doing.
Have a holistic understanding of what you're
What you're
doing.
doing.
Okay.
Okay, so you might get the output, but you should be ahead of others. Like what all the competitors are doing. Like if competitor is releasing this feature, why is he releasing it, and why not we can adapt to it? So these are all some of the basics. But see, right now our infra cost is so much. You should be thinking on all the other angles. Okay,
Oh,
uh,
okay, okay, okay.
so not just like the product outcome. Like how can I reduce my infra cost?
Okay.
Okay, so right now, like my AWS billing is so and so. Like, how can I reduce this? And how can I automate it? How can I bring like agents to
Do that work.
most of my like mundane
Okay,
tasks?
okay, okay.
So these are all something that is mandatory at present to showcase that you are a leader.
Okay, then I want to reframe it this way. So, usually, if you are really good with code, 3 4 years ago, you were valued good. Now, you are telling your ability to understand the business outcome. One, you said you use the word why, and then the cost associated with the business. You are generating code, you are hitting APIs. How much is it costing? That understanding is very important. Is what your point of view? Is it right?
Yes, like as a holistic, like not just these things, as a holistic, like overall things happening, like how can I make this product better at a much cheaper cost, and how can I bring more profits to the company? All those aspects, like
Okay, so now then I understand this way. Earlier, if you go and simply do your work,
yeah,
you can
and if you excel in what you're doing, you're okay. But now whatever work you're doing can
think
be
like a
done.
owner.
Yeah, yeah, simple. Think like a owner.
Do our colleges are preparing students for this change?
See, I'm seeing the change that is happening. The trend is happening. Okay, like when I was studying and all, like I didn't have like much of this startup ecosystem booming between the college students. For us, like it's all about like getting placed in CTS or TCS, those things. And obviously we had an entrepreneur club in our college, but mostly like all the entrepreneurs sons, only those guys will be there among those clubs, and none of the upcoming people will get into that. Like the first time entrepreneurs, like no one will go into entrepreneur club at all. And mostly those times, like it's all like printing ID cards is one of the business, like even though it's a simple thing, like that's how like we think. But now I'm seeing a whole different trend changes. I could see like obviously like server cakes, his son, he's just like 10 years, or like Atvik, 10 years or 11 years old.
Mm.
He's getting into business. Like I'm seeing like massive changes. Like if you go, like if I went recently to our college back, like I could see like half of the people are there in entrepreneurs club, even though like they are just getting started. Like, and the hiring trends is also changing. Like I don't think like any of the bulk hiring companies are still going and hiring the same way they used to hire like 10 years back.
Mm-hmm.
It's all like vanished. So what will people do? Either they have to, any company that is coming in, like it is hiring max like 3 to 4%.
It's
So they have to start something, right? Like obviously, and there is a ecosystem that's built for that as well.
mm-hmm.
During my days, if I think of starting a startup, like I don't know whom to approach, like what to do, like. But now they have a ecosystem built for startups.
Mm-hmm.
At least in Tamil Nadu, I would say, you know what to do, like what is the immediate next step. Like
Step.
you can get help easily from
Some.
others, like at this stage.
So then I think if a college student has to grow, or a passed out student has to grow, they have to have understanding of the why. They already have so much of clubs and access available. They can use it. And the most important thing that I learned from you was the understanding of cost for the business, the work. Thinking like a owner. Do you have a prediction for the next 5 years for tech business? And when you say infra,
Hard
can you share more details? What infra?
infra based, like for example, if you are an AWS partner, like
Mm.
uh, if you are focusing more on infra, that would go high. Like how do I say, like in clarity, the instead of plain software consultancy, like you have to push on yourself as like uh, I can optimize your cost, so and so. Like the tokenization fear is there.
Mm.
So these are all things that can be for sure like put down by all the, if you have clarity in your like the infra part, I would say, like,
Okay.
or
You meant by the token costs,
token cost is part of it,
part of it.
not only that. And like this is something that I think like if you have a good business around those things, right? Like GPUs, how can you optimize cost for like be it Azure or be it AWS, like those things will play a crucial role,
Mm-hmm.
is something I believe. And anything that you do with hardware plus software, not just software, like that is
Hardware
good.
plus software.
Yeah, hardware plus software, you will have a better positioning of yourself, is something that I think.
Mm-hmm. You use the word clarity very frequently.
Oh.
Any context behind it? Throughout the conversation, you use the word clarity.
For me itself, like I'm just learning
Mm.
most of the things now, like which is giving me, on hindsight, if you see, like if I know these things by then, I would have done my business differently.
Mm-hmm.
So and still there is a huge scope for me to learn. And someone is starting, I still say, like, before starting, like, try to learn all these things.
Thank you. Thank you. I am fairly new to this. I'm making so much of mistakes, and every time I have a conversation with you, it grounds me.
No, no.
I think the first conversation we had, you shared so much of um, learnings that you had in the initial years. They all connected to me very personally because uh, I did things uh, which I thought was right, or I lacked myself clarity. And then I later realized only after an incident happened, oh, I didn't know this shit, man. Uh, if someone is starting a company now, should they? I mean, you already answered it, but I want it in a different way. You said electronics, deep tech, plus software is valuable. If someone has to start a software company, pure software company, what should they do?
You should first focus on finance, sales,
Finance.
and marketing
Okay.
before coding.
Before coding.
Yeah. So, see, like, this also the fact, even like 3 years back or 4 years back as well, which I learned the hard way. Day zero, work on your finance. Day zero, work on your sales. Day one, work on your marketing.
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 Mhm.
In slowly comes the other thing. So the priority should be this.
Okay.
At least like the way I learned.
Marketing, sales, finance, and then coding.
Yep.
Okay.
If you're starting something, yeah.
See, India has been a outsourcing hub for the last 25, 30 years. 10 years ago, if someone would have gone and told TCS or Infosys or any other big company, hey guys, don't keep working on outsourcing, build some other model as well so that you will not be disrupted. None of them would have listened. Even 5 years ago, no one listened. Okay. I want to ask you a question where what would you say something about uh, some other disruption that is going to happen that people should take note of?
Now I think in Chennai, right? If you take like the number of startups would be around like 5K to 10K, somewhere in that zone. I strongly believe this would go like 20x
20x.
for sure.
Okay.
I strongly believe like at least in next 3 to 4 years, you will see like 1 lakh to 2 lakh startups. At least in Chennai, like this is the trend that is going to come up globally as well.
Globally as well.
Yeah, I strongly believe in this. Everyone would start their own startup. It might work, might not work.
But everyone will start.
For sure, like they'll start, they'll try something on their own. So if at all someone is building product, like even I'm thinking of a product in that zone, like trying to solve a problem, like for all these.
Very, very nuanced. I mean, very an area that I did not expect that you will mention. Because there is this guy, interesting guy called Bipin Radhakrishnan.
Okay.
He's a sort of a mentor figure for me. He has been telling this for the last 5 years.
Oh, okay.
He said like one day uh, everyone is going to do business. That is turning out to be a reality due to, especially due to AI. Because anyone can build anything.
That's true.
And most Gen Zs, they run their own agencies. 2 to 3 people, 5 people, 10 people, they run a business. Just start a YouTube channel, it
Yep.
becomes a business.
Yeah. Previously, right, like 10 years back, in your village or somewhere, someone is having a tea shop or like someone is having some kirana shop, right? Like they'll be building houses. They'll be like one among the richest people. In the recent trend, I could see like all the content creators. You may not believe, like they are doing really better than all the kirana shops. In the sense, like this, I'm observing like simple manner. Like I'm seeing this. This is how the entire thing is changing. Okay, 10 years back, if you invite someone as a chief guest to your college, right? You'll be inviting some IAS officer, IPS officer, or like even like good business people. Now, if you see like proper content creators are being coming to the colleges as chief guest, and this automatically changes the people's inspiration. Like if you see an IAS officer, right? Like you'll also aim to become an IAS officer or like IPS officer, and like when they share their journeys. But now when a content creator comes in,
Everyone wants to become a content creator.
content creator, and it's, I would say it's for a good change. And right now the market is that, but there are certain things like they can be called for a visual communication program kind of a thing. But if you really want to be an engineer, like those places it doesn't apply. But whenever you are baffled or like you don't know what to do, like at least everyone have something in their hand and they can start, like till date I didn't have that courage to do it. Okay, I feel like those who are having that courage to do it, like that's also a business, and
Hmm.
it's coming at a very early age as well.
Yeah, yeah. I think the kids who are growing up, they are YouTube native,
Yeah, that's true.
uh,
Content native.
content native. Now you said everyone can make content, right? Every if camera is available, camera is available, internet is available. Everyone can create content. You also said the word courage. I think if anyone has a courage or has a habit to create videos, they are going to uh, they can become a content creator very easily,
That's true.
right? Now, when everyone can become a content creator, everyone can become a content creator. Content is so cheap. What becomes unique?
There also, there are multiple people that they are doing content. Okay,
Okay,
only few people succeed.
okay.
The reason behind it is if you are doing something consistently, so you yourself are going in depth into it and learning lot of things. Those two things always go hand in hand, I believe. One is consistency, another is deeper knowledge in something.
Deeper knowledge in something. Okay.
When you have these two things, automatically you will succeed. Like when this is not there, like whatever you do, like you'll be like going through that struggling phase.
Another YouTuber shared me this. He mentioned about consistency. Irrespective of the quality of the video, if you are consistent, you can shine, he said. In fact, he removed the depth. He said, just be consistent. People get used to you. If a college principal is watching this video, a college which is not in Chennai or Coimbatore, remotest part of Tamil Nadu, India, what is one thing that you would ask them to do so that their kids, their students are ready for the market? The Chennai, Coimbatore kids has exposure.
Okay, I would still say like going behind the job market. I will not still say like you have to do that. All the
Don't go behind the.
colleges, yeah, don't go behind the job market. Uh, you should not say like my college had 100% placement and then like you have to pull students. I would definitely want them to start cultivating that culture of building startups in their colleges. 10 startups. Last year we had 10 startups from my college. That trend should go, and automatically seeing that like their own startups will hire people, and seeing that like the companies will automatically turn to them. Okay, here like the students are really how we are expecting.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
When a guy has already run a startup and he knows all the intricacies into it, if I'm hiring him, definitely like even though he has a mindset to come and join me or not, like at least I get to know that he would be of a greater value for me.
Hmm, 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 hmm. He has taken an effort, failed, but he is valuable because
Yes.
of it, which is valuable. Okay. So your recommendation, Rahul's recommendation for anyone in educational institution is this: prepare your students to build something of their own, even if it means it doesn't succeed. It makes them valuable for businesses. Thank you, Rahul, for sharing your journey. This is very inspiring for me and for anyone who takes this hard path. Anyone can become anyone. That is a learning that I had uh, knowing your journey. I wish this inspires others as well. Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much, RK, like for giving me an opportunity to come in your podcast. Like that itself is a great pleasure for me, and I'm pretty sure like whatever most of the things I He said like may not resonate with most of your people, but who like for whomever it resonates, take it. Whomever it doesn't resonate, it's okay. Like go with your own guts. Definitely, like you will succeed. Yeah, I've seen like plenty of podcasts, but this zero maintenance podcast is something different. I would definitely say it is not just like exploring the journey of the other person, but it is always inclined towards like how this journey can relate to bringing a person who is like accountable, who is exactly the term, like the zero maintenance engineer. Like the podcast always revolves to that, and the psychological safety of the environment. And if you are really into something of this sort, I would definitely 100% recommend like listening to zero maintenance podcast. And like RK, who's the author of like Silent Nods, Lost Dollars, and Zero Maintenance Team. Like he has written 2 books, and he's wonderful host. He extracts the exact thing from the uh, guest that is coming to his podcast. And I highly recommend people watching his podcast if you are into like software project maintenance, or if you are a student, if you are an entrepreneur who's willing to take their team to have like zero maintenance, like the that level of benchmark. Definitely I recommend his podcast to everyone. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Rahul.